Little where we bust it down, yeah. Calling plays while we scoring touchdowns.
Hey, what it do, man? It's the one and only is DC4. That's ITS DC4, man. Bust it down podcast. We here with another crazy interview, bro.
Oh, let's do it.
Introduce yourself, man. I'll let you talk, bro. What's your name, man?
Yo, I go by None Illa. None. It's the illest. You know what's up? What's happening?
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. So, are you from San Diego?
I mean, San Diego home at
Okay.
this point. I was raised in the Bay. I was raised in Oakland, to be specific,
Ooh,
East
dig
Oakland.
that,
You know what I'm
dig that.
saying? But
Okay.
pops was down here, moms was up there. So by the time I came down here, I was still at high school swing. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
they both home, but
Right.
but all the ism, the main things I learned, all came from the town. Honestly, though.
Yeah. Hey, you know, they pop it out there, bro.
Yeah, nah,
they pop it in the
they-
Bay for sure.
They be
And,
moving up there.
I feel like San Diego is like a good place for, you know, especially coming from the Bay. It's like that same type of feel. It's that Bay. You know, we got the Bayfront, we got the water, we got the, you know, at least you're not. Some people be like from Arizona or Ohio or like this is nothing like home.
Nah.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's both home though, because even when I was living up there, I come visit pops down here. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Like in the summer and stuff
Okay.
like that.
When was the first time you came to San Diego?
I was born here and left. But I
Oh.
left at one though.
When? Okay.
So like they was split like the whole.
but
time.
your roots is here. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
Born
But-
San Diego.
I was born in Dago, and then I was
Raised.
I was raised up in Oakland, and then I came back here. But by the time I was like a teenager, and I dove straight into music. But I grew up around the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I grew up around a lot of the hoodsters over there, straight up, right next to Gompers Park. I went to Gompers in high school.
Ooh. Right.
So,
right.
like,
Right.
Everybody I was growing up
Oh,
with.
the real hoodsters. I
the
thought you
real,
were like hoodlums.
no,
You saying no.
like the hoodsters.
The
You know what I
40s.
mean? Yeah, the 40s.
Yeah. Right
But
there.
so,
Right
so
there.
basically, though, because up in Oakland, before gangbanging became a thing in
Right,
Oakland,
right,
it was
right,
just
right,
your
right.
blocks and your
Yo,
town and your
yeah,
section.
Yeah.
So these are homies. You know what I mean? These
Uh-huh.
ones I grew up with. We out there playing
Most
sports and stuff
definitely,
like that.
Most definitely.
But when I came back in like the high school areas, I started
Yeah.
to realize where sections,
Something happened.
colors. You know what I'm saying?
It's a little bit of a disconnect.
Or
man.
you got a different name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So you start to listen to the politics a little
Hey,
differently. now.
you know what? I feel like everybody, if you grow up in a certain environment, you know what I'm saying, that culture, it's a certain age you hit where it's like, stop using my real name, bro. Like, you feel me? Like, if you know me as Blase, don't call me that when we out though. You know, you get that, yeah.
The crazy thing is by at that point,
Uh-huh.
music was kicking in. You
Uh-huh.
know what I'm saying?
So yeah, Joe.
Yeah, I was messing with music when in the high school era started getting in it. And then by the time we got out of high school and all that and started wrestling around with the scene in Dago,
Uh-huh.
people refer to somebody by a music name, and I'd be like, nah, I ain't never heard of that person. Then I see a video, I said, bro,
Yeah. So now you got 3 names.
you got 3 names. You
'Cause
feel
you
me?
got
And
your name,
yep,
your gang
yep.
name, your rap name, which ain't even the gang
Hey,
name. Like,
it ain't.
damn.
And you start to realize things a little different.
yeah.
But because of that, though, the
I can
reason
dig
why
that.
I really
I can
say
dig that.
the town is because by the time I started getting into the politics of the city,
Uh-huh.
I had already tapped into music first.
Okay.
So even though I knew the different
So
people,
how old was that? You would say when you first was like,
when I started this with music or when I came down
Yeah.
to Dago,
when you first started doing music,
14.
thinking about
Yeah, I
okay.
was 14. So I was still in high school.
already recording, or you was just like
I was
writing?
I was recording because what happened was so here I get a whole backstory. of the
Yeah.
situation.
Let's talk about it.
So basically, being at Gompers, that's when Lincoln was shut down.
Ooh,
So
okay,
all
okay.
sets was
So
at
this,
Gompers.
early 2000s.
Early 2000s.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
all
yeah.
sets was at Gompers.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I was
All-
going
all-
to San Diego High when
Yeah.
it happened. I
all,
was like,
all sets.
whoa.
But once
Yeah.
again, I'm still not knowing the politics.
Okay.
Because I mean, I didn't grow up with some of these cats. Oh, he wearing this color. I don't be thinking about it because that ain't my idea. Where I'm from ain't on that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I started getting off in a freestyle battling in high school. So that's how I started doing music, was freestyle battling.
Okay.
And then it got to a point to where I had some other cousins that stayed in different parts of Dago, and they was already doing music. So then they was like, "Hey, you should start recording."
Mhm.
And I said, "Huh, all right, let me create the studio at the crib." Everybody be chilling at the crib anyway. So then
Right.
it went into that point to where it was writing, recording, doing everything.
Oh,
I
that's
was,
crazy,
I was
man.
14,
So
so
who
it was
was
straight.
you recording at that time?
You said who was I recording?
Yeah. Like,
Uh,
was anybody you was recording with then still rapping now?
It's a couple people, but I ain't
Couple.
naming their names.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was more family focused. And the thing about it is, we wasn't thinking anything of it in that sense. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? But everybody
You was
moved.
just having fun.
We was having fun.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But I knew I wanted to do it. But
Yeah.
then, so when I started getting more serious about it, I started to feel the separation and understanding, like, Oh yeah, I kind of started to understand how life progressed. Right, you had your cliques, and as you had your cliques, as life progressed, they went from playing sports together to getting that females together to growing and doing whatever we're
Oh
doing
yeah, yeah,
to
yeah. You went
music.
through the whole
Yeah, yeah,
process.
just the
Oh
music.
yeah.
So once
Oh
it went
yeah.
to music, I was like, oh, y'all got like 20 people in your crew and really only 4 series.
Yeah. Oh
You,
yeah.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that
Some of
started to
y'all
pick
dead
up.
weight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a lot of dead weight because these are the same homies and partners you've been rolling with for so long. The separation just started to naturally happen when it's like, hey, you gonna be serious about this, or are we just gonna hang in the studio all day and
Right.
freestyle and
Right. Right.
record on
Right. Right.
everybody
Right.
beats for no reason? You know what I'm saying? It just
Yeah.
turned into that. And after a while, I just noticed the natural separation happen.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, man. So this started early. So
It
these
started
ideas started
early.
getting planted. At what age did you realize like you had a different mindset though? Because now you doing music. Now you
Yep.
have this I want to say you know, two different sides of the same coin, man.
Yep.
Because the Bay Area. Which part of the Bay?
East Oakland.
Oakland.
East
Yeah.
Oakland. Yep.
So Oakland, a lot of black culture, a lot of a lot of rooted ways. I want to say like everybody move out there with intent.
Yep.
Because you was raised different. Your
Yep.
granny was talking about the stuff that you talk, which
Mhm.
I'm not saying that doesn't happen out here, but it's way more. That culture is more tight knit. Everybody like you can make it as an underground artist in Oakland, like out the trunk, bam.
Because their standards set.
Right, right, right.
Yeah,
But in
yeah,
Dago, it's
yeah,
like you
nah.
might not. It might not happen for you, bro. It might
Yeah,
not.
when it started getting serious for me when I realized how good we were at it.
Mhm.
And then at that point, bro, like I was already self-sufficient mentally. I was
Okay.
engineering, I was doing Photoshop and photography around that same time.
Uh-huh.
And then I was just learning the game. I was learning
So you
even
had
more.
multiple
Yeah,
tools that
yeah.
you could
Yo,
use.
I wanted to do better. And then honestly, in that teen state, we had people already, we had business situations arise,
Right.
and the rest of the squad didn't understand or was ignoring it. They was in full artist mode. So we had people talking about fly us out to do label stuff. There was people doing like this, and we had split views on it. We had songs being copied in the industry, and it was getting to a
Come
point to
on,
where it's
man.
like, y'all don't see nothing wrong with this.
Right.
And after I was getting out of high school, it was kind of like I wanted to do graphic design at that point earlier, like in junior or high school. But then I realized because I got so deep in the music game quick,
Right.
that stopped me from getting into street politics, branching out of it because I was already cool with people.
Hey,
So I was in
right.
certain,
You
I
able
was
to
in,
maneuver a little different,
and
a
I
little
was in
freely.
certain.
More
I
freely.
started to know people, and they was factors in their areas and
Yeah,
sets.
yeah,
But
yeah,
because
yeah.
I knew them on music, it wasn't no tripping.
Big
It was
that,
like, you
big
feel me? It's
that.
like, oh, that's the big homie. That's cool. Oh, he did this and that. Yeah, I ain't know now. I'm moving different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
for sure.
the mindset was understanding. All right, cool. And being around a bunch of people who didn't want to do nothing with it.
That's what's up.
And then I started doing the schooling and accolades on top of the grind.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, let me just do this because I want to learn more because I'm understanding that they don't get the bread behind it.
Okay.
Yep.
So now we got I feel like we got the foundation, right?
Yep.
So we got the backstory. You know what I'm saying? Y'all hear this, bro?
Yeah.
I'm trying like how my mind work, bro. Especially while we talking, like
Oh, for sure.
of course I already got things in my mind I want to
Yeah.
talk about, right? But then as you saying things, I'm like, oh, I want to,
Hey,
but I don't want to jump on it. So I'm like, let's go, let's
I'm
go.
an open book, bro. You know that.
So we got the
move.
foundation.
Yep.
So now I want to ask you something that I know people that's watching are gonna want to know. First off,
Yep.
before we get into the deep stuff,
Yep.
what qualifies you to have some say so or input on this industry shit, especially when it comes to music, the industry scene, not just on the local level. I mean, we talking the industry. So
I let other people qualify me. You know what I mean? I
Uh-huh.
don't even speak on what I do in the rooms
Right.
because when it comes down to it, the accolades, I get in rooms to where people don't want me in. But if we got to talk a resume, I got my associates in music business.
let's go.
I got my bachelor's in music. No, my fault. I got my associates in music studies, my bachelor's in music business, and
Let's
a
go.
master's in marketing.
Let's
I
go.
did about almost a year at
Uh-huh.
Warner Music Group,
Let's go.
interning and
Let's
working
go.
with stuff and having mentors and doing with that.
Let's go.
And I've been tapped into the industry for a long time. So at this point, I'm always doing.
Let's go,
You
man.
feel me?
Let's go,
So,
man.
the people even on a writing and music level, the people I always compared myself to wasn't local people.
Right.
So I wasn't trying to outbar the homie. I'm like, are we doing bars? I need to go after. I need to be better than Royce. I need to be better than M. Better than Tech. I need to be better than before Kendrick and them started bubbling. Like whoever's the top, I want my pen to match them, and that didn't come from ego.
That's dope though.
Yeah, that came from the fact that like when I first started, I had older cousins and stuff, and I never forget early just a baby dropping some bars on stuff.
Yeah.
And everybody's talking during my verse. Everybody's quoting other people's verses. Then they just like, hey, yeah. So what you do today, bro?
Yeah.
When my verse was going on, I sat there and I thought about it. I'm not even mad, but that means I got to grab their attention because I ain't about to be like, hey, bro, I'm spitting. Nah, they ain't paying attention.
Nah, yeah.
You know,
but you know, some people do that anyway. You know, go ahead. Finish up.
No. But you get to that point
Yeah.
where you like, all right, so I might be able to be one of the coldest freestylers, but it's not translating how I needed
on
to
the pen.
On the pen. Or
sometimes you got to relax a little bit, bro.
Yeah.
You see when people clown right come on, Eminem, Kendrick. You got artists like this that are phenomenal.
Yep.
And then you got times where some people are just like, don't nobody want to hear that conscious comment. Yep. When I hear like parodies of Eminem and Kendrick rapping, I'm like, that can't be what people really hear, bro. But I understand on one level, it's like, okay, like if you're not on that, if your favorite song, don't get me wrong, but if your favorite artist is like Chief Keef or Future or which they're dope, phenomenal artists, but it's a certain little, you know, you wake up in the morning, shake your dress, don't really care what they said.
And there's an audience.
You're not gonna understand the other stuff.
And there's an audience for everything, though. You know what I mean? That's the coldest part. There's an audience for everything, and that's what I started to realize after a while. But I think the difference for me was just understanding. All right, you just got to be doper. You know what I'm saying? You got to be well respected in your craft. Yeah. So that came from, you know, we ain't have all the phones and stuff like they do, they do to the level now. So that was notebook after notebook after notebook after notebook after notebook.
Hey, balls of paper on the ground.
Yeah, like notebook to the point to where it's like, oh no, I genuinely love what I do. Yeah. And I ain't trying to out rap nobody but myself. Yeah. And if I can be better every time on that, I'm solid. You know what I'm saying?
You know, it was something dope, man. I believe this is Mastery by Robert Greene. It's in that book, right? And they're talking about how once you do so many times, like we don't have that in today's time. People become like 17-year-old millionaires. It's so much of a microwave mindset where things can happen overnight, literally. And you can't tell somebody, no, man, you got to go through a process. You have to wait 7 years. You have to do an apprenticeship. You have to be up under a master. Niggas like, man, I tried to do something yesterday and I did 10 million views. So
talk.
You know what I'm saying? It's so cold where it's not even appreciated when you become a master, when you are a master, and you like, I think about this on a different level where Beethoven was talking about how, well, you know, back in the day, Beethoven was talking about how he was writing so much music, doing so many different things. I'm not even thinking about one line no more. One note. I'm thinking about stanzas. I'm thinking about, this is a 45-minute orchestra. I already got 6 minutes mapped out in my mind. So when I'm thinking about this in a different level. I'm not putting words down. I'm putting.
There was a quote I heard. It reminded me kind of that. It was don't do it until you can get it right.
Right. Oh,
do it until you can't get it wrong.
Come on, man.
You feel me?
Yes, sir.
And that's just the mindset. So to me, I realized that the difference is in the levels speaks volumes. Because what people don't notice right now is it's reverting back to the talent situation.
Oh yeah,
because AI.
Oh yeah,
AI can do what everybody do overnight. You know what I mean? AI can do what you do overnight. So if you ain't bringing something that holds you of a certain essence, you're gonna get washed anyway.
Dig that.
You know what I'm saying? So like all the people who had the foundation before, now we're starting to have that moment of prospering once again.
Right.
And the people who didn't have that foundation, it's gonna be their offset of the struggle.
Hey man, you already talking that stuff, bro.
Yeah,
you already talking that cloth talk, man. We getting deep here.
Always.
So you know, I like to ease it up, man, a little bit. And y'all know, bust it down, man. Y'all watching, y'all know what's up. We love to do our segments, man. So in this first segment, bro, we got for you just an icebreaker. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna run down some prompts for you.
Hey, I'm with it.
We gonna see how quick we can get through these, man.
Let's go.
Some of them will be a either or, some of them will be a question, some of them will be a scenario. All right,
and
you just giving it to me. Best diss record ever. Hit 'em up or no Vaseline, man.
Hit 'em up.
Hit 'em up.
Yep.
Why? Real quick.
It's Pac. It's Pac, and then that's it. Everything he did, that's the most memorable one out of it. They both good. But, you crack a song off like that.
Oh my god, yeah. And then when you found out later, like he
it's yep.
Okay, top lyricism era that shaped hip hop the most. 90s, 2000s, or the 2010s?
90s.
90s.
Yep.
Why would you say that is?
The 90s set the tone for everything else.
I still hear rap from the 90s getting quoted today. Like you
And-
still hear it like, did he just quote Lauryn Hill? Like you feel me? Like what?
There was a gauntlet in the 90s.
Yeah.
DMX dropped 2 albums in 1 year, and you had to think about the fact both of them went platinum.
Yeah.
And then you had to think about like the whole Rough Riders Foundation, for instance, was a gauntlet. You couldn't even get through unless you killed other MCs.
Different times you had to. Yeah.
Now you can just rap, but they set the foundation for that.
Yeah, unless you in a dish, then y'all beefing, you might
and the most of them
might leave rap.
And that was East Coast heavy. The East Coast was doing that in they
ciphers
backyard before you can get on wax. Like you couldn't even get in the studio unless you didn't already body 20 MCs on the way there.
Yeah.
That was in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? That's at the foundation.
Okay.
Yep.
So easing right in, most important element in hip hop: bars, beat, or presence.
If it's hip hop,
we talking hip hop.
If it's hip hop, it's
real true hip hop. Bars.
Yep.
So yeah. Okay. Why do you feel that?
Because most hip hop came from storytelling. So bars is needed in storytelling. You got to be able to shape the picture. That's what hip hop.
Right. Good opener, good closer, selling it in the middle.
It got to mean something to somebody.
Okay.
Yep.
So what would you say? I feel like I know this answer just because you told a story already. What's the better skill test? Freestyle or written?
Freestyle.
Yep. Turning the beat on. Hey, rap about what's in this room right now. Or can you write a dope verse in 5-10 minutes? You know
freestyle, because freestyle makes your writing better. Okay. Freestyle makes your writing a lot better.
Okay.
Yep.
So you feel like a good freestyler can write?
Yeah, because they're thinking. Well, I'm gonna speak for myself. You know what I mean?
I know some writers that cannot freestyle.
That's why, but most freestylers can write.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But the difference is though, when you freestyle is improv, which came from like jazz and came from the inspect.
Yeah.
So you're thinking like this.
Yeah.
So you dissecting things differently.
Earliest forms of spoken language for real. Yeah.
So you thinking of how to manipulate what you saying quick and be unique. Yeah. So with freestyling, you're already doing that. So when you writing it, you're already like freestyling as you dissecting it and then you writing it down.
You right. Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You ain't as calculated because how can I say this a different way? Because you already in your head going through it. Some writers got to say this
and move on.
Yep. Some writers sitting there for a while because that's they bread and butter. They can't think of it quick.
One bar wrote. Man, it's been an hour, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like freestylers kind of put to the pad they best of what they making in their head versus just anything.
For sure.
Yep.
Okay. Battle rap impact. Was it good for hip hop or bad for hip hop?
Battle rap impact.
Mm-hmm. The impact that battle rap had on hip hop. Because you know what? Of course, battle rap came from hip hop. You know, but there was a time when the two were not. It was two different worlds.
I think it's good for hip hop.
And now you see battle rap is coming back in it. Like it's more hip hop rappers.
Yep.
More battle rappers are rapping.
They ran parallel. Yeah. So I think it was good for hip hop. Because battle rap started off freestyling.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
But now you need an elegant pen game.
Oh, yeah.
And dissect it.
And you got to have all the qualities because you got to write your breathing in.
Yep.
And you got to be a good storyteller. You could be the hard. I've seen people battle rap where the other guy, he's for sure the better penman.
Yep.
But this dude over here, he's laughing and you the.
Yep.
Oh yeah, he's killing them right now.
And
he's murdering them.
Some of the best lyricists are in battle rap.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Now lyricism has died down on the sonic side.
Oh yeah.
And it's still there in battle rap.
Okay.
Yep.
What would you say the most overrated phrase in hip hop is? Is it real or is it GOAT? Out of these two. Real or GOAT?
GOAT.
Yep. Why would you say that?
Because I feel like when it comes down to it, you got to break that down more. GOAT of what?
What's your accomplishment?
Is it accomplishments? Is it your regional bias? Is it your impact? Because there's some GOATs I could break down that, you know, you really look at it, they're not really the GOAT. And some of the top three, if you look at it, they really not GOATs because you look at their resume and you keep it real with the situation.
Some people call their favorite rapper they GOAT.
Of course.
Like, just because you like them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it don't work that way.
Okay. In today's time, man, albums versus singles? Which one matters more?
Singles.
Singles.
Yep.
So, do you feel like dropping an album is a waste of time, or
Depends on what you're doing it for.
okay.
Yeah, it depends on what you're doing it for. If you're dropping an album and you got a core fan base, albums kind of work for you.
Yeah.
Like Tech, he got an independent following.
Yeah, yeah.
An album makes
Somebody
sense
that
for him.
appreciates a body of work. I feel like most people today, even if they drop an album, it's an album full of singles. It's like there's no beginning, there's no intro, there's no outro.
If you commercial, you know what I'm saying? If you going for that audience, but if you have a cult following to where the radio don't matter, being famous on TikTok don't matter.
Would you say it's a case by case scenario?
It's a case by case scenario. But singles is the dominant for the new.
The microwave, man.
Yeah, for you.
Because what you don't want to do is drop an album and then in today's society, the fans will literally consume it, react to it, dissect it, remix it, and then a week later, like when you drop it again, like, no.
The coldest part is albums only matter for people trying to make content about an artist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let me hold you here for an hour so we can listen to the whole album. That's the only reason. Like, the new album dropped. Let's sit here and listen to it together. You were an hour when I'm live. Yeah, not really.
Okay, so with that, I feel like this ties into that. Is so is streaming helping artists or is it hurting artists more?
That's a tough one. It's helping exposure, but it's hurting creativity.
Okay, because now you're creating for the streaming.
Yeah, you're creating for streaming, but
so now you're trying to make a viral.
Yeah, you're trying to make something, or you know what I'm saying. But at the same time, you could drop a song tomorrow and someone in China can listen to it. You don't know,
right?
So I mean, exposure is there,
right?
But it's too busy. Like I could drop this on Tuesday tomorrow.
So kind of a trade off. Yeah, you got the reach, but
you just putting it out. Like you don't even check to see if it's a good song. I'm about to just drop it. I don't even care if it's mixed.
Go viral. Maybe
I'm putting it up Wednesday.
Stupid in it and TikTok.
Yeah. I'm putting it up Wednesday. I don't even care if it's mixed. My engineer taking too long. It just do too much of that.
Now this one is open ended. So what's the most important hip hop job? Like an engineer, producer, AR. There's so many different titles that a person have. What is the key thing that you feel every artist should have at least access to?
I don't even know, man, because everything is so crucial.
Okay,
I'm gonna just say the business. I was gonna say,
give me three then.
The business side matters so much. So you need a proper A&R kind of like you need a proper person to make sure your stuff is quality.
Right.
I don't care if they legit, or if you got somebody. You need a non-yes man. The yes man hurts you. I was just
gonna say,
the yes man really hurts you. You know what I'm saying? But like, I done heard poorly mixed songs. I done heard beats to where I would never rap on that, and it's a hit. Like they slid on the record. I'd be like, nah, that beat kind of track, but that song fire though. You get the beat by themselves.
Oh yeah.
Remember back in the day, you wanted that certain beat. Everybody wanted that beat.
For sure.
Now the beats might be trash, but the artist might be so creative on how they approach it. It's a hit.
Hey, you know what sound that tripped me out? Which not even criticizing it, but just when I remember the first time I heard it, like like the EBK Bo, like those type of beats. Right, the first time I heard it, I'm like, turn that off, bro. The bass on shot out. Right, I'm like, bro, the bass shot out. Like I thought it was really. I'm like, something wrong. Like what? They're like, no, like this how he. It's their beat. This how the beat is. Yep. I started listening to it. I'm like, okay, that's hard, bro. But I'm like, damn. I thought. I'm like, yeah. Hey, engineer finna get fired, bro. But you ain't mixed that bass line right.
No longer like Dre. They say Dre got one of the best ears in the game. Nobody waiting for a Dre engineered track anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
we doing this.
There's people recording on their phone.
We're making this happen
and getting hits off it.
Yeah.
So I mean, like to me, as much as I could be the purist and list that stuff, I'm gonna go with the understanding the culture. Them stuff ain't as important as you would think it used to be.
All right, man. Dig that, man. So before we take this quick commercial break, right? San Diego's biggest missing piece. We bringing it home, bro.
Yep.
Infrastructure, unity, or the exposure?
Infrastructure.
Yep. So you feel we just don't have it?
There's no proper QC. There's no proper quality check. And the moment someone who partially has their name out there. I say partially because everything feels bigger here than what it is on a big scale.
Right.
The moment they chip in, you're gonna have somebody who consider themselves a rival or op or someone who they homie, who jealous, who gonna counteract it.
Yeah.
And then you have the clicky, we cool moments to where you got 50 people to agree with you who know nothing about the industry.
Right.
And so it just never gets a chance to be like, all right, nah, this person has the proper accolades that we all can agree to respect, that can tell us and guide us. Everybody gonna go against it.
Hey man, I feel like I agree with you, man. The infrastructure, if it was there, and infrastructure, I'm talking about the whole from access to radio stations, magazines, your A&R, man, the real promoters, bro, like putting artists in front of the right fans and not just trying to sell tickets, not just trying to sell a slot, bro. The right infrastructure, we go crazy, bro. We have the talent.
For real. And I'm gonna speak why it's not unity or exposure too. It's not unity because you don't need unity when you good at what you do. Like we ain't supposed to all be best friends running around making sure somebody get on.
Right.
Out of respect, though, you're gonna pay for who comes from the sections that's really moving, who's really, really moving.
Most definitely.
And you can't complain about exposure when you got the internet.
Definitely.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
most definitely.
You put a YouTube video up.
You go viral. Hey, the exposure part is low key on you, man. Go outside, go hit record. Man, let's do it.
On me.
You know what I'm saying? But look, we're gonna take this quick commercial break. Make sure y'all mess with our sponsors, man. And we got None Illa right here, bro. We're gonna keep on going, bro.
Let's get it.
We got some more for you.
Yep.
What it do? I know y'all want to get back to this interview, but look, I just need you for a couple quick seconds. We tapping in right now, busting it down with Dago Clothing Plug. Man, what do you got for us?
Right now, I got a bunch of flavors for everybody, man. Right now, I'm gonna bust out with the Hellstar, baby. This one, you already know, 200. And I can tell you right now, find this anywhere else, 200. Real legit, baby. Look, we got the tags. Everything you need, receipts, bags, we got that for you. And right now we're sitting on a bunch of essential sweaters and shorts. Any flavor right now, any size, tap in, I'll get you right. Don't even forget about the Sandstorm, baby. Essential sweater.
I ain't never seen that one before.
Please, baby, this is the difference right here. This is the better quality in right now. We got the cough syrup, we're sitting on Spider, we're sitting on Yeezys, colognes, perfumes, anything you need. I'll get you right, man. You about there.
God damn. Hey, and before they get out of here, man, where can they find you at?
You can find me on Instagram at Dago Clothing Plug. That's Dago Clothing Plug. Tap in, message me. First purchase, $10 off. Let's get you right today.
Let's get you right, man. Get fitted. And thanks for watching, man. Let's get back to this interview. Hey, man. We back after that quick commercial break. We here with None Illa, man. I know y'all been tapping in. I hope y'all rocking with our sponsors, man.
Oh, yeah,
and, make sure you cross-pollinate. Stop what you doing real quick. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, man, make sure y'all pull up on our Instagram, Bust It Down TV. We already 10.5 thousand subscribers, bro. We started off with 0. You hear me? I mean, everybody did, but you know what I'm saying?
Hey, talk that talk.
Hey, everybody started off at 0, but I'm just saying about 9 months later, man, you know what I'm saying? We doing kind of good around this thing, but make sure y'all tap in, man. Make sure we couldn't do it without y'all. We couldn't do it without people like him. Want to sit across from me, man, and talk to my crazy ass, man, I guess.
Hey.
Some might call me crazy, bro.
But you know what I'm saying? You a good crazy though. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look. You know what I say, bro? I feel like everybody got to be a little crazy if you want to be really successful and different. Yeah. Got to be crazy, bro. You have to be crazy to try some of the stuff we do, bro. Like
you got to think outside of the box.
Ain't nobody doing the things that what did hey, just because we was just kind of touching on this, you got to be crazy to say, you know what? I'm going to sell a CD for $100.
Oh yeah.
You got to be a little crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, do you remember when he first said it, bro? I think, quote me if I'm wrong. Okay, I don't want to say no names unless you remember, but I know on Twitter they was dragging, bro. They like, who would big celebrities was like, never.
You know what's crazy?
This would never.
You know what's crazy? Never mind, I ain't gonna tell that story. I'm gonna tell that story off the mic.
He did it a couple times over. That's crazy.
Yeah, he did some.
Yeah.
Perception is everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like perception is everything. So that movement was huge.
Yeah.
And also not as big as it seemed, and then it became gigantic, all in the same window.
Hey, exactly how you saying it. Perception is everything, bro.
For sure. But so during that time, when Nip was doing the Proud to Pay, right?
Yeah.
Proud to Pay. I have to make sure I got the name right over.
Yeah, Proud to Pay.
People didn't did they copycats over time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was at the. I'm just laughing about the situation. I was at the label.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say this out the way of how things work and how the universe works, which makes this powerful within itself. So I was at the label up in LA, Burbank to be exact, which is in the backyard of where Nipsey's from.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
people
yeah.
don't know where Nip is
Yeah,
from.
for sure.
When he was doing that movement.
Okay.
And I was listening to Nip while I was working on some stuff in the label.
Right.
And bruh behind me, who happened to be over a lot of the artist relationships. Remember, I was at Warner Music Group. I was over all the labels.
Uh-huh.
You remember who he partnership with later?
What?
Atlantic.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that finally with the deal. Oh yeah, Atlantic, man, dope deal.
He ended up partner with Atlantic, which was dope. But at that time, I believe it was 2013, if I'm gonna think.
Yeah, did they turn him down?
Yeah.
Or go?
No. They didn't know who he was.
Right,
the dude I was talking to didn't know who he was during that movement.
Right.
Being out in Dago, coming back and forth from Dago, the hip hop crowd knew all about it.
Oh yeah,
but it threw me off being in one of the biggest hip hop labels, and it was in a backyard, and they were clueless to it.
Yeah.
Didn't even know who it was.
Hey, and you didn't know what it. Hey, Blockbuster didn't know what Netflix was at first.
That's what I'm saying. But but the crazy thing is, even putting bruh up on game, like, you don't know who Nip is? Like, he from around here.
Right.
And then fast forward to a deal to where he had with Atlantic. I said, that's crazy. That's cool. I remember sitting there a couple years ago, and they didn't even know who he was. Yeah. And putting bruh up on game kind of threw me off, because I'm like, how you don't know what's going on, like, right here? Like, how much you really in the sauce?
And times like that, man, it's so crazy, because I mean, even when I just threw the Blockbuster thing out there, you know, even with something like that, Blockbuster had the opportunity to not only buy Netflix, partner, go and visit. You laughing like ridiculous. Who would do?
Ego. I'm telling you, ego and pride will kill you.
Boy, was you wrong?
Because you automatically think, you think you got it, but you ain't doing nothing to keep it.
Giants, man, yeah. Bigger you are, the harder you fall, man, for sure.
Bro.
So with that, man, since we talking on the industry and everything, like what's one of the biggest lies that the industry tells new artists?
The biggest lie they tell new artists, honestly, the feeling of that you need to do what somebody else is doing to get somewhere. I figure that's a
copycat.
big, you got a copycat. Like when they try to give you the structure of what someone else is doing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so we already know this works. Just do that.
Yeah, just
like, that ain't even my style, bro.
You don't want to be the next somebody else.
Right.
You want to be the first you. They will never tell it to you that way, because they want to keep recreating what's already shown to work. Even if it's a minimum impact, they just want to recreate it, because that lane is already there. So even if they get partial residuals in that area, they know it's some money versus taking a risk of something new.
And even something like that is so crazy, right? So, because I mean, even artist development is so different than how it was, say, you know, let's say in the 90s, in the early 2000s to today.
What
artist development is?
What artist development?
Clothing, jewelry, car.
No.
Today, that's artist development.
That's artist mockery.
No, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's why I said,
put the chain on, try this. We need you in the Rolls Royce. We need you with the big chain. We need you with the model.
That's why I was saying. It's not no.
That's artist development.
To me,
it used to be writing camps and like, we're gonna bring in
getting you right.
This person to sit in on the studio and get your pen game right in
to give you sustainability.
Read
and make
books,
sure
go to school, learn, get some knowledge. Like
trying to make sure you good and can survive, and that don't exist no more. Not at all.
I think I did see a lot of artist development in the early 2000s. It was insane, but especially you had like groups, and it was so much where like you like, there's no way they wrote that. Like, you know, these dudes 11, 12 years old. Hell no. But I think one of the people that always tripped me out, right, was Lil Wayne. When he talking about like, I went back and learned the English language just so I could be a better rapper. You know, I'm a linguist. Like, I'm not even a lyricist. And you start thinking about it, you like this. Yeah. He made words rhyme by just using a particular accent.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was so many dope things that artists like that do, but that was more self-imposed. I don't even see that hunger in most artists today.
Nah, see, and that's the difference. I didn't talk to some key people, and they'll tell you can tell the difference when a star is in a room. You can tell the difference when somebody is it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like literally it. One of the people I talked to, one of the bros, was Outkast managers.
Okay.
And I happened to talk it up with him, and he said, "Nah, I knew they were stars though."
Crazy.
He said the difference is, he said, like, there's good people.
Yeah.
There's some great artists.
Yeah.
and then there's stars.
Yeah. Phenomenal.
He said stars change the energy in rooms.
Oh yeah.
Like it's different. You might think somebody is it. You
Mhm.
might think somebody is him
Mhm.
until him walks in the room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
But most people don't realize that because they think, like you said, the chains, the jewelry, maybe
look.
the idea of your rap name or a type beat. You are not that star yet.
You know, I think we had an example, and don't take this lightly, okay? Because these are two giants though, that crashed. Which in our time, bro, this is the greatest thing I ever saw. Probably in my 33 years of living on this earth, bro.
Yep.
Greatest moment in hip hop for me. Kendrick and Drake, that was insane. This is like the highest of.
Yeah.
It was just they're so big as artists.
Yep.
It was a trip to watch, right? But just saying that to say, to piggyback on something we talked about earlier. Now you had Kendrick, who's a great penman.
Yep.
I mean Drake as well though, but you know he had his little hiccups here and there. But Kendrick actually dumbed himself down to win that.
Yep.
You understand? Like,
yep.
I've had this talk with people. They like, now see, this the music Kendrick should have been making. I'm like, bro, from LA, he could have been dead GNX 20 years ago. He probably has, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like earlier earlier songs and stuff. But he knew that to win this, it wasn't gonna be about heaviest, hardest, hard hitting bars. This is more of some who could make the best bop, who could.
If you know that situation, that was one of in our era.
Yeah.
That was one of the greatest and worst things that could happen for hip hop in that moment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because like we talking about perception, that changed a lot of situations. A lot. You know what I mean? Because Kendrick been dope. Like to say Kendrick wasn't dope would mean you don't know Kendrick. But at the same time, a lot of people wasn't really on Kendrick like that. Like even though Kendrick already had a crazy following, it wasn't global.
Right.
Like that took not like us, changed the trajectory of some of the people who would listen to Kendrick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But the problem is that it kind of washed Drake. Okay. Right? In the sense of it took Drake off the scene. And now with Drake being off the scene, hip hop is at its worst point commercially.
Yeah.
Because there's no metric
you see how bro went out.
Yeah.
Crash out.
And you literally
hey, he went out. Ooh, I'm telling you.
Yeah, he went out. But the problem is though, if Kendrick makes music ever so often and disappears, and Drake is considered the commercial standard.
Right.
Anybody who puts out a record when Drake is hot has to do what? You got to at least compete on a comparable level with Drake.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
With no Drake, you ain't got nothing to make good music about.
That's why they say that there's the Drake effect basically. Because when Drake comes in and he collab with an artist, you'll see a huge spike. And then what do you do after that? But that's the artist's fault.
That's the artist's fault.
You're supposed to ride there. I would drop my album. Like, wait, Drake just dropped the song. Drop the album now.
Yeah, you supposed to.
Y'all sitting here playing around and
you supposed to do what you got to do.
One song. No, let's go. Now everybody wants to know who you are. Which I could see when Kendrick did the GNX album, a lot of those artists, I didn't see too many artists capitalize off that moment. I think it's I want to say AZ Chike and
nobody's talking.
Wally the Sensei probably, but
they don't know how though. They don't you can't capitalize if you don't know how. Like you know what I'm saying? Like they didn't even know how to get there.
Right. Now
how they gonna capitalize
now
off
Grammy nominated artist and
you can't most people can't capitalize if they don't know how.
Okay.
Back to what we was talking about previously, with a lack of artist development, with a lack of understanding how to do something more, with expecting microwave results and not the skill set to do the test of time, you can't capitalize off that. It just looks good.
Man.
What you gonna do? You don't know what to do.
Okay.
You ain't never had $100 to your name. You came up on $1 million right now.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got no financial gain. Where that $1 million going? It's gone.
Yeah, they gonna blow that. Yeah,
you just never had $1 million before. You know, and no one told you how to manage money.
Right.
Versus someone taught how to manage money and they happen to have $200.
If you blow through it the first time, hopefully you get it right the second time.
Hopefully, or you can repeat the cycle because you didn't know what you did wrong.
Yeah.
But you take somebody who got maybe a band and the right game.
Yeah.
He probably gonna grow that to something a lot more. Granted, we just talking random numbers here, but the point is having a game before you get the accolades gonna make you know what to do when you get up there versus just having it dropped on you and being like, this is too much to handle. It sounds good.
Yeah.
And then you got everybody else in your ear talking about how much you done made it and how much you did this and you got this and that. And you riding that wave to where it sound good. You know, people pull up differently when you at the top. But when you there and you don't know how you got there, being so happy you at the top, you're not staying there. You're gonna hit the bottom fast because you just man, I'm at the top. You right, hey, let's go party every night.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, hey, now so and so got my number because I'm at the top. And I'm gonna go pull up on him at his crib.
Here we go.
Right?
Yeah.
Then when you back at the bottom, they not picking up your phone call no more.
At all.
Then you ain't on the top no more. Why they gonna answer for you? You ain't nobody. You was cool for that hot little couple weeks.
All people care about.
But
man.
nobody teaches you that. Nobody teaches you that. And everybody who at the top already been at the top and they already know how to handle it. They can't game you up while remaining at the top. They can't stay making on your bumper to make sure you good. They gotta keep themselves at the top. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a whole psychic thing, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, most definitely. Most definitely, man. And you gotta get through it to get to it, man. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying, y'all tapping in, man. Y'all following up with what's going on. We're gonna wiggle into this next segment.
Let's do it. What's that?
You know what I'm saying? So this one, basically like a speed round, man. I'm gonna get a little personal though, bro.
Hey,
I got some questions here. You might not think I remember or know some of this stuff.
I know you do up on your game.
All right, so look, so the first thing I want to talk about is did being a part of the Paul Bears change your perspective on teamwork and music?
It can't change my perspective when I created the concept.
Woo! Okay.
Yeah, them were the bros.
Uh-huh.
Well, I knew them through different backgrounds, and some I pulled in for it.
That was crazy.
But initially, it started off as a song.
Yeah.
So the thing about it was, kind of right now, like we talking, I was tired of where music was, and I loved barring out. You know what I'm saying? And I said, well, initially, I said I want to make a track with 6 MCs. So the Paul Bears was 6 MCs, like Paul Bears at a funeral.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving a breakdown for those listening.
Yeah.
And when you think about it, initially I was gonna call it Revolver because I'm like, you got 6, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But then I said, nah, that just feels
Paul Bears
that feels cliche. Then I was sitting there and then I said, well, what's the whole point of this? We want to bury rap and bring hip hop.
So let's go.
Paul Bears. So once we did that record, though, it was just so massive.
Right.
Speaking of that, we had Massive, formerly known as Mass, Adonis, Legacy, 5-1, Shy Bully, myself, and then we have brought Basshead and Matic in on it to co-produce. And then it just turned out to where once people caught wind of
it was dope. Yeah.
And me being in the areas I was on the back end too, it just was something that wasn't being seen.
Right.
And what I did was I brought a bunch of generals together in they sections of people who rep where they did. And we all was able to do it wasn't like anybody was carry lightweight in that situation. Everybody was a known barsmith with their inspection and how they cater to it.
I've seen all y'all move independently, man, and it was dope.
And everybody is still moving in life, not just on music. Everybody is so progressed in life. And that was the whole point. So it showed it, to answer your question somewhat, it's like what it really showed was a force this big is always moving. The same thing we do when we in a room together, we do when we step outside of it. And you just watch everybody keep going. There was no fall off point.
Okay. Dig that, man. Let's see. What's one non-negotiable as an artist? Something you just can't compromise or won't compromise.
For me?
Yeah, one non-negotiable. That's not
my integrity. My integrity and morals.
Okay, and what do you mean by that? I'm
not changing who I am just to be in a room.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing on a record.
That's what I was going to say.
I'm going to bring me on the track.
Okay.
But if it's something to where I don't agree with, I don't need to be on the record.
I don't even need to be in that room.
I don't want to get on a song and it's a dope song and the whole thing is you talking about some stuff I don't know that's political that's now going to make it look like I signed off on what you're doing. Now you ruin what I got going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't compromise my morals when they come on the song.
Okay. Dig that, man. Talk to me about your process, man. So do you write to the beat or do you pick beats after you already wrote?
To the beat.
To the beat?
Yep.
So you listening to the beat, you start writing.
Okay. Well, I freestyle it, but yep.
Right. No. Dig that. I just know a lot of people are different. Like me, I write to tempo. So I actually write the song. I sit there, write on paper, and then I hit my boy Basshead. He know, bro. I'm good for it. I'm like, nah, hold on, and start beating on my chest right there, like. It's like a 96, I think, but I want like boom, boom. You got it? And then I start rapping. He like, I got you, bro. I'll do something for you.
Yeah, nah, hey. those who been in the situations to where they had access to the beats made sure they created.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, hey, no, that's real. Like,
Some of us has been without.
No, but you have
No,
moments. You know what I'm saying?
for sure,
And that's real because you can never stop an artist from making their art. So when you get to that pocket to where you're so used to maneuvering around that way,
dig that.
they gonna maneuver.
Dig that.
You know what I'm saying? Because I done have people make. Man, I'll be sitting there listening. I done had some people come out making a fire beat on their chest, and then next thing you know, I'll be like, "Yo, he is gassing."
Yeah. No, for sure.
You know what I'm
you
saying?
doing it at the same time. Like that's hard.
Yep.
That's hard.
For me, I say the beat because now that I've done so many songs over time and learned over time, like I want to give something that fits what the beat says.
Right.
I want to speak to the beat. I want to use my voice as an instrument on that beat. Like, you know what I mean? I'm incorporating it with that beat. So the beat speaks to me. I'm going to take it there.
Fire.
Yep.
Yeah, let's get to it, man. That's what's up, bro. But yeah, everybody process is different, bro.
Of
So
course.
I just have to ask
Yeah,
that.
for
But
sure.
so who's an artist that you respect, but you might disagree with them musically? This can be a major artist, but like you respect him, like he's a dope artist, but I don't like the shit he be talking about. Or whatever the reason is. Maybe you don't like the way they move or
I honestly, I don't have nobody right now. And the reason why is because my whole idea of what that means changes. Because music and art is subjective.
Yeah.
I used to not like certain songs.
Yeah.
Now I'd be like, nah, that's just not my taste. But I listen to so many different genres.
But the
and stuff.
artistry in it is like,
And you know what though? Especially as being black, what I realized is we wasn't taught a lot of stuff culturally. Like,
Yeah.
you know, so we don't do stuff like therapists or seek counseling. So some people might not sound the greatest, like they're not the best lyricists, but they need to go write and do music to stop them from whatever other outlets they're gonna choose to go to, whether it's violence, whether it's the streets.
Right.
That music is gonna save them. So to me, I'm like, oh yeah, bruh doing his thing. Like at a certain point, it's like, if it's not for me, I still respect what you got going on.
Yeah.
But I don't
Yeah,
dislike it. Because to the point, it's like, nah, they doing what they need to do. Before you used to be like, nah, you need to bring it. But it's like, okay, cool, I see it.
See, that's crazy. I like that, right? So this brings me to one of my last questions for you, right?
Yeah.
Because one thing that I learned or realized is that it's hard to tell somebody, like to get somebody to change if they don't want to.
Yeah.
If you don't want to change, bro, it's so hard to get a person. They will literally resist you. Like once they figure out are you trying to make me do something I don't want to?
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
bro, I just don't want you to fall down into that cliff down there, bro. And they literally will fight you and nosedive into this cliff now. Just because you said,
just because you said it. Yep.
you know what I'm saying? So you have to kind of like, what's blocking you? What's stopping you from listening to me? Let me remove whatever you think
Yep.
is the problem. What is a take, an opinion, or a mindset that kind of just, I want to say, get you in trouble every time? If you bring it like something that you believe or you know for sure in the industry, and if you tell 10 people, 7 of them is gonna be like, man, fuck you.
I don't
Like,
care. I don't.
like what?
I don't care how people feel.
Right. But what do you feel is something that
That is it.
you could say that's
That-
inciting? Oh,
that is it.
That's
I don't care how people feel.
You gonna tell them?
I don't go off your emotional response.
Yeah.
Like the thing is, it's funny because the people who be close to me showing me stuff, they're like, well, it's not gonna pass the ILA test. I'm just gonna tell you the critique. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey,
the thing for me is I don't care how much I barred out in the booth.
right.
If I come out and you tell me that's the hardest verse, now I need someone to say like, your bars was there, but your delivery wasn't. Your tone
something.
wasn't.
Yeah.
I
Tell
need
me
you
the
to
truth,
just
man.
give
Tell
me
me
a
the truth.
critique, like,
Right.
or don't, and I'm gonna go ahead and criticize it myself. But to me, if you come to me as someone's opinion you respect, I'm gonna give it to you straight. And
Right.
and the thing is, though, I've never been intimidated by anybody.
Right.
I was raised in a situation to where I always held my own. I was raised with the background and ism to hold my
The
own.
whole thing.
So
yeah,
you ain't
dig
about
that,
to
dig that.
flex on me to think you're gonna punk me into doing something because of your emotions. I'm gonna tell you what I feel because you asked me.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the difference. You asked me, I'm gonna give it to you straight.
talk about it.
And if you don't want to hear that, so some
on you.
people
Yeah.
get in their feelings. Oh, well, he know you right. I don't know nothing. I don't speak on nothing. I don't speak on who I know. It's none of that to me. You asked my opinion because you came to me like you respected it. You only didn't respect it when it differed from your opinion.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's when people they want that around them. They want yes men
Yeah,
around
they want
them.
yes
They
men
don't want to
around.
hear. They don't want to hear. I like that, man. I like people to be around, and I like flow my ideas to people like
Yep.
that because you're gonna poke. All you're gonna do is make my plan better because you're gonna poke holes in it and like, hey man, but what's the
And you know what? My whole mindset is this: we go harder in practice,
Yeah.
so during the
Yeah.
game, it's easy.
Come on, man.
If
Come
you're
on,
afraid
man.
to get hit in practice, what you want to feel for it?
Come on, man. Come on, man.
You feel me? That's how we gonna do. That's mandatory.
And speaking of that, man, you gave me you handed me some here.
Oh yeah, that's the book, bro.
You handed me
That's
some
for
here,
you.
man. The 50 moments of knowledge
Yes, sir.
by Diamond None Illa
Yep.
Davis, man.
Yes, sir.
Where can we find this book at? First off,
It's on Amazon.
oh, we
50
on
Moments of
Amazon,
Knowledge.
man.
Oh,
Come
yeah,
on.
yeah. You can go ahead and get it ordered
Come on,
directly
it's
to your
easy,
house.
man.
You know what I'm saying? It's easy.
It's easy, man. So talk to me a little bit about this book, man. What am I looking at, man? What am I in for?
You looking at, so I started doing Moments of Knowledge probably back in like 2011. You know what I'm saying? Just random, just dropping gems and just doing it because I felt like I didn't have the mentors. I ain't had something to push me or guide me, especially coming from where I came from.
Right.
But the more I was getting knowledge and game and just learning that I was built different and I could learn from anybody in any situation, whether it's religion, whether it's a different ethnicity, different part of the country, I'm still learning in
All
any
that.
age. And I got to a point to where like I didn't see a lot of us in all these rooms I was in. You know what I'm saying? I was in a lot of rooms that most people don't even know exist, let alone
Jeez.
try to get into.
Right.
And then I realized more and more as I got into these rooms that no matter how much people didn't like me, you can't kick me out. Because my resume and accolades means I'm supposed to be here, which is why I can teach y'all what I'm teaching y'all.
Yeah.
Then I come back home, I get around some of the partners are talking, they didn't even, to them, it's like, oh yeah, that's just the bro, because he ain't changed up. And I'm like, but you don't get the level of grind and access to that. So with the 50 moments of knowledge, I just put a lot of emphasis on 50 life-changing gems that I created. I think probably like 31 to 32 of them are all my created in mindset. But if not, if it's a different quote, it's still my perception and a breakdown of that quote to people.
Right.
And it's just a quick read for people to be like, do you want to read it all the way through? Cool. If not,
Okay.
you just randomly thumb through and it's a table read.
Nah, man. I'm gonna actually take my time,
Yeah.
man. I'm gonna read this. When I read, bro, I like to take notes and really dissect, man.
We was talking about
so I'm
reading
gonna definitely call you up, man, and we gonna talk about this.
Yo, that's important, bro.
But just to give y'all, the viewers right now, I'm just gonna read it looks like a quote on the back by the man himself.
Yep.
So you see yourself every day, yet you never let that person change your life. The reflection is strong, but how you view the reflection is stronger.
On me it is.
Talk to me. What is that? What does that mean, man? Where did that come from?
We look in the mirror every day.
Okay.
And the thing about it is you put on a whole facade. Most people put on facade for the internet.
Okay.
And then they beat themselves up when they in their own grace.
Right.
However they do it. Oh, you ain't in shape enough. Oh, you ain't doing nothing with your life. Oh, you don't got the respect. Oh, you failed today. I'm gonna have to do better tomorrow. You speak all this negative stuff into your situation, right? And you frame it how you want to. Sometimes you might take a religious aspect. Sometimes you might take a block focused aspect. You always doing something to minimize your efforts. You might mess around and be at the crib and do nothing. But you got up, went got some gas. You gave $1 to some dude on the street, and you'll come home and beat yourself up because you felt you ain't do nothing. Man. But you actually probably impacted some random person on your day-to-day.
Yeah, for sure.
And you ain't thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? Or you might have hopped online. Let's say you hopped online and you saw a comment or a post you engaged with. Maybe it's somebody you ain't know, and they was talking about taking their life, and you was like, "Nah, you good, bro?" Like
something as simple as that.
Yeah, something as simple as that. But you will beat yourself up when you log off and look in the mirror and put yourself through depression or whatever you do to minimize your own life.
Right.
Not you, but how you look at yourself matters the most, because that is going to be how you project that to everybody else, right? How your kids look up to you, how your little homies look up to you, how people look up to you, all comes from what you find within. Because then after a while, it's like, I don't care what you say. I know how I feel about me. I know how I look when I'm moving. You know what I'm saying? And that's the biggest difference.
Hey, that's big facts, man. I know y'all going to have a lot. And I hope y'all was taking notes. I hope y'all tapped in. Make sure y'all go pull up and get this book. Can you please let them know, man, where they can find you at? Any handles, social media?
Everything is none, NONE _ILLA or noneilla.com.
You'll see that pop up right here, man. Make sure y'all pull up on it. Go get it. Go run my boy up, man, for damn sure. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man.
Let's go.
Hey, look, and go get the book, man. We on 50 Moments of Knowledge right now. Make sure y'all tap in. If y'all following along, man, I'm going to add this to what we reading this year, man. So, all right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
We about to bust it down, yeah. Coming live in the rain. Is you gonna bust it down?